Do you have an opening bit?
No, you know what? I always do the opening bit. You start the opening. Okay, welcome to the opening bit.
This is the opening bit.
Chris, what's the opening bit? But also you have to set it up so that I can say the line because that's how the opening bit works.
Okay.
This bit sucks. I have more trophies than you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and our friends beyond the binary to I Have More Trophies Than You. I'm keeping that line. I like that line.
I really like it. I love it.
I like that line. So we're keeping that line. Welcome to I Have More Trophies Than You, a podcast about video games and the way that people play them, the different way that people play them. Get that ad copy right. I am one of your hosts. I am Dr. Ryan.
Hey, and I'm Chris. Welcome to the show.
Chris is also a host. Take two. Chris is also a host. Chris needs to remember that they have a title and it needs to be used because it doesn't sound professional if you're just like, hey, I'm Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris.
I am host,
and I am also the host.
Chris. Host Chris.
I'm host
This is how
Chris.
we're not going to get our fucking sponsorships unless we're professional.
That's what... Can we have, like... Okay, look. I know that this is, like, big dreaming, right? But what if...
Ponder the question, right. What if?
Yeah, right? Okay, so here, what if? Say, like, down the line, we have a PAX panel. Can we make it that we're, like, a host club? And as we come in, we're like, hi, I am host Dr. Ryan, and I am host Chris. Welcome to our panel.
What's happening? I don't get the reference here.
Oh, come on. You never seen Oron Host Club, High School, whatever it's called?
I honestly have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh my God, you got homework. You got anime homework. Go watch Oron High School Host Club, I think is what it's called.
But no, this is a podcast about video games.
I know,
not
but it's probably got like a video game.
Oh, is it the thing in Japan where like you can go to? It's like the opposite of the cabaret thing from Yakuza, where you go and hire ladies. That's where you ladies go and hire dudes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be tight.
No,
we could wear like little like butler tuxedos.
Honestly, we have a year. That'd be a really good like goal. Is to get at least big enough that we could either get media badges to PAX or get our own panel at PAX.
That would, oh man, I would die if we had a panel. That would be amazing.
All right, this is the beginning of the new campaign. I have more PAX badges than you. This is where you guys help us get into PAX for free. And maybe we have I'd love to get a panel, but if we could just at least get like content, they wouldn't give us media badges. We get content creator badges.
I don't know. It's pretty easy to get a media badge. I think we could probably.
So having just gone to PAX, I'll tell you this: they do a specific difference between media and content creators now, and I think it's just about as easy to get either one.
Yeah.
Because there were these two fuckers at PAX that I used to see them all the time. They were here again this year. It's this dude and this lady with like weird shaved heads that dress like techno Vikings that are constantly always streaming what they're doing, and it's like I have no idea who these fucking people are. Everybody around them has no idea who they are, but like you turn a corner and they're there. You can't get away from them. So like we got to be better than them, right?
Yeah, right. Like I think we could do it. I think we could pull it off.
If you are out there and you're a fan of us, here's how you help us. Tell a friend to listen to the podcast, and then they'll tell a friend. You don't. It's free. Look, you don't have to pay anything to like us.
We can be at the top. You tell two friends, they will tell two friends, and eventually
it's like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
but there's no money involved. It's literally just our egos that are growing from this. So please tell somebody to listen to this podcast so that we can go to PAX. That's it.
That's it.
Also, if you work at Gamefly, tell your boss to sponsor us. What the fuck?
Please, Dave, Gamefly, where you at? I'm still waiting. I just checked the email. No Gamefly. Like, come on. One day, I'm going to open that email, and it's going to say Dave at Gamefly, and I can't wait.
Last time where every week we're going to ask a new sponsorship, but it would be too much to also then ask the previous one. So it's always Gamefly and something else. Like last time it was Gamefly and Olive Garden. So this month, hey, Gamefly, we definitely want your sponsorship.
Totally.
And also we want to get sponsored by Tide Pens. Tide Pens are great. I have one at my office. If I accidentally get a little stain if I get some schmutz on my shirt because a patient had some schmutz on them, Tide Pen that shit out, baby. Tide, give us a ring.
I remember we had Tide pens for when I used to do a bunch of judging and event organizing for Pokemon TPCI.
Yeah.
Because we'd have Professor Lab coats that we would have to wear.
Yes.
And you'd have a Tide pen because eventually that's a job where you deal with kids. Kids are sticky. They are going to get you sticky.
Kids are gross.
Tide pens where it's at. Tide.
All right.
Hit us up.
Tide. Give us a ring. All right.
But not like the ring protection system. Like, give us a call. Like,
that's next episode. We'll get Ring to sponsor us. Don't spoil it. Chris, what have you been playing?
I've actually been playing some games. I have been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5, which is odd, I know, because of the topic of this episode. But I've been doing like LARPing basically in GTA 5 online, and it's been great.
Well, that's definitely not live action. You're just role playing.
It's live action. You're in a video game.
Video game.
Yeah, that is video game role live. It's VG. It's I'm vrapping.
You're a varper.
Varper. I'm a varper.
I'm a LARPer. You're a varper.
It's cool. It's so neat. I don't know if like anyone else has been on. Like, this has been a big thing on Twitch for the last couple of years. It's just GTA 5 role playing, and the biggest like server is NoPixel. And granted, I'm only on the public server. I've done a couple applications to get into their whitelist, and on my last one, which was like the third one I sent in, I think they were like, "You're close." Like, but you're not there yet.
You have to apply to play on their secret super like adult.
Yeah, because it's like it's huge. Like there are celebrities that play on it. And granted, I think they're kind of like lower. Like, what's the kid that played Carl on Walking Dead? Like, he jumps in there every once in a while. Like, Jason Mewes is on the like.
Okay, well, Jason Mewes. I was gonna say some kid from The Walking Dead is not a celebrity.
Chandler Riggs, I think that's his name. But like, it's
Chandler Bing was playing.
But the thing is that
it's a Friends reference. Thank you.
We're doing Friends in 2021. Come on, it's all about Seinfeld right now. Seinfeld's on Netflix.
But they cut out the pothole.
Yeah, that's true.
Boop.
But no, I would say check out like a NoPixel stream sometime because they're really fun. And the thing about that, they have built a whole world with a metagame, with fun characters and storylines and all this stuff inside of Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's just super cool to watch. And like, I've been able to do a little bit on their public server, which I had to pay money for. And it's like, on top of that, I paid money and I don't even have a guaranteed spot to play. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
How can they charge money for it if it's
so is
Rockstar gonna come for them?
That's the thing, is that is a constant conversation right now because there's a lot of rumors that they really don't want them to be there. But the problem is that go to Twitch right now and you will see 100,000 people watching GTA 5. Why? Because of that. It's not the story that people are watching. It's not their shitty online multiplayer that people are watching. It's people doing this roleplay shit.
But I feel like fucking Rockstar was like, you can't do this. This is illegal.
But the thing is that like it's all free. But and the kind of neat thing too is that they do require you to actually buy a physical copy of the game. Or well, like when you sign up to do it, it's like, hey, we need to know that you have a Steam code. So it's integrated through Steam. So it does a Steam check and it's like, oh, yep, you bought the game, you can play it. But on top of that, there are 5 levels of priority to get in. Like if you have a level 5 priority, you basically, as soon as you click to load into the game, you're in the game. You know, there's always 220 slots and there's 2 public servers to play. I have a level 1 priority. That's the cheapest one. It's $30 a month.
This sucks.
And I can play
$30 a month.
Yeah. But like, I don't feel like I've wasted a single dollar so far. But like, I can play pretty much Monday to Thursday and maybe Sundays because
you're a maniac.
Like the level 2 and highers have all the priority over the weekends because there are always 200 of them involved. Now, Ryan, I just told you that I've only done it for a month so far, so I've only put $30 on a level 1 priority. How much do you think that level 2 priority is?
$100.
It is $100.
That's stupid.
And they're stupid.
If you have
5 levels. There are 5 levels that are sold out.
How much is level 5? How much is level 5?
I think it's 500.
If you
I'm checking it.
Have bought any of these, I think less of you. It's so funny how like how much you're talking about loving GTA.
It's so
Online,
fun.
GTA 5.
It's so cool.
It's so great because later in this episode, I'm about to shit on GTA the entire series. So it's great.
That's
get all of this good feelings out because I'm about to tell you why GTA is like a terrible fucking franchise. So
this is going to
really
be a good episode.
Happy. What else have you been playing other than this fucking tragedy of a free game that you're paying money for?
Oh yeah. And by the way, it is $500 for a tier 5.
That's stupid.
250 for tier 3, and then tiers 4 and 5 are both okay, so tier 4 is 30 days for $500. Tier 5 is 15 days for $500. So you get higher priority, but it's $1,000 a month.
This is stupid.
That's insane.
I don't want to. We're done. We're done with this.
But I've been playing outside of that Pokemon Snap, the new one that came out for the Switch earlier this year.
I bought that. I still never played it.
I think I've played enough of it now to say that I'm done playing the game. Like there's nothing left that makes me want to go back and play it. Like me and my wife were playing it together, and it's a great like couch co-op, just sitting passing back and forth, especially if like you're drinking and having some fun. Like it's easy to like get lost really quick and just have goofy fun.
I just realized something. Hold on. I just realized we can do this in the podcast now. Hey, how much did you pay to play this free game?
$30.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
That actually works. Yeah.
The soundboard is in the podcast now, baby.
I met somebody with a tier 3. Like they helped me out. I don't know if I want to say they helped me out. They kind of
played a little bit of GTA Online, and I don't see what you could do other. You just fucking.
That's the thing.
You jump around and shoot things. Like there's nothing to do.
So real quick, just in Pokemon, it's fine. I wouldn't suggest anyone pay to. It's fine. Like it's got too long of a tutorial. You should expect that with Pokemon, but it's too grindy. You have to keep doing the same shit over and over and over, and it slightly changes every time. It's just maddening. But it's good. But it's whatever. Okay, this GTA thing though, it's so cool because the thing is like when you load into the city, you have $5,000 to your name. You have a driver's license because you have to have licenses. Like when you're like if you get pulled over by a cop and you're like, I don't have a license, they're gonna be like, buddy, you're driving without a license. I need you to step out of the car. Maybe I need to check your car and stuff. Because, like, you can get drugs and sell drugs, and you can get guns and legal guns and illegal guns.
Like, just shoot them in the head. What are you going to do?
No, because that's the thing is, like, you have to build at least some kind of role play with it. Like, that's the thing that's so good about this server is that it is, when I say it's super strict, it's because there are a strict set of guidelines, which is basically you need to do everything for RP and for RP's purpose. Like, to make it better and better and better. But when I say that, like, it's really goofy. It is the silliest shit ever. It's so fun.
Is this the thing from a while ago where people were like, I'm releasing my new rap song in GTA Online?
Yes, it is that. It's like
sucks.
I went to a Vagos concert the other day because like I'm still new to the city and I'm kind of like I'm building. They're a gang in the game. Like,
hold on. So did you have to pay real money or fake money?
I paid real money to play this game.
Oh man, it's universally stupid, man.
But it's so cool because like, so my setup is I usually go to the pier at night. My character's name is Pierre Panson, and I go to the pier and hang out with people, and like there's a mime and she's weird and it's awesome. But like the Vagos were having a party and they were actually like playing like the music that they record about the game, like it was just neat because like they just spontaneously were like, oh yeah, this is like Vagos family night on the pier, we're having a thing. And I was like, cool, like how do I get to be a Vagos? And like talking to the game, they're like, oh, come hang out with us. And then I was like, hey, wait, what do you guys want to drink? Drinks are on me. And then they're like, dude, we drink fucking vodka, you know it is. And then so I went to the fucking liquor store, I bought tons of vodka, I brought them back for the Vagos, and the Vagos are like, all right, this guy's putting money where the mouth is. Like,
sounds like Disneyland social club bullshit.
It's cool. It's so cool. Like
you're in a Disneyland gang. You're in a Disneyland gang.
I'm in a Disneyland gang in Grand Theft Auto.
I'm fucking over this.
But there are there are tons of gangs. There's Chang Gang, there's the East Side signed Ballers. Like, it's so cool.
Ballers, you guys fucking are like,
it's so cool. I love it. Like, I'm so in on it. Like, if you, I have all my streams. What do you call it? Like, recorded there on Twitch. So, like, guys, check out Blaze DK on Twitch. Like, I've been doing it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. I really like, Ryan. Your homework is to one, watch Oron High School Host Club.
Yeah,
and then two, check out a No Pixel stream. Like, watch like Space Boy or like.
Do me a favor.
I don't
know. Next time you're playing
Officer Snow or something.
Next time you're playing this free game that you pay money for, and like one of the other Disneyland games come onto your Disneyland gang turf, go up and go,
"You're the moron that's been invading my turf."
Go ahead and make sure to say that. All right. Do you have any other games?
No, that's about all I've been playing though.
In the time that you've been playing a free game that you pay $30 a month for, and then Pokemon Snap, I've gotten 26 more platinums.
Oh my god.
Quick rundown. So we've got Donut Break 2, which is of course the Break series, which is the same. We've got a couple Break games. So we've got Donut Break 2. We've got Sakura Swim Club on the PS4 and PS5. It's a visual novel about being in a swim club and you look at boobs. We've got Delicious Pretty Girls Mahjong Solitaire. That's a Mahjong Solitaire game. Got anime boobs in it. We've got Mind My Mind, which is actually, this was a fun game. This was a cross between Minesweeper and Picross. Because it was Minesweeper, but the mines are in set patterns and they make Picross pictures.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually did have fun with that game. We've got Finger on the Roof Go, Rooftop Rummer. That game sucked. We've got Don't Touch This Button on the PS4 and PS5. That was a fun little puzzle game. We've got Brave Match, which was a swords and sorcery match 3 game. We've got Akinofa on the PS4 and PS5. That was a side-scrolling shooter where you're a dead fish. We've got Rally Racing on the PS4 and PS5, which is a bullshit, terribly made racing game where all you have to do is 13 laps and you win. We got Paradox Error. That was a fun little, what's the word? Platformer. Yoko and Yuki, Dr. Rat's Revenge. I don't actually know what that game was because I found a guide that basically just gets you the platinum without really playing it. We got Zippy the Circle, level 1 and level 2 and level 3 and level 4. Zippy the Circle.
Oh my god.
I want to take a guess. Who made Zippy the Circle?
Oh, is it the Christian cult?
Yep, we got ZJ the Ball's over. Now it's Zippy the Circle time, and he's learning about Jesus. We got Halloween Candy Break head-to-head. We got, here's a legitimate game, Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle. That is the game Slayway Camp, but they put Jason in it, and so it's a pretty fun puzzle game. It's like a box sliding puzzle, but instead of sliding boxes, you can only move around, and you're Jason trying to kill people. We've got Takarita Meets Fries on the PS4 and PS5. That is a visual dating novel about a girl that wants French fries. We've got Halloween Candy Break 2. Here's some legitimate games. I did platinum The Medium.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I want to talk about Not Good.
Oh, okay.
Looks cool. Bloober Team did really good with like the actual atmosphere and the story, but the gameplay is pretty shallow. It's just like a basic point and click adventure game.
See,
with one incredibly fucking annoying trophy that I didn't unlock after I did it. It's mostly just one of those collectathon games. It's like,
oh, gotcha.
There's like 50 whatever collectibles, but there's this trophy for not getting caught in this one section of the game. I didn't get caught, but what it didn't say is it's not get caught, it's actually don't get alerted, but they don't tell you that. The problem is this game has no manual saves and no chapter select, so I had to play the entire game again up to that point and then save it on the cloud in case I fucked up, and I had to do it like 3 more times. It was very annoying. I also got the platinum in Death Stranding Director's Cut on the PS5.
Hell yeah.
Death Stranding rules. I also got the platinum in The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. That is a mystery FMV game made by the same people who've made games like Contradiction, Spot the Liar, and The Shape-Shifting Detective. There's this company out in England that makes all these FMV games with these same actors, and they overact in the best way possible. This one, not so great because you had to do a lot of typing. Unlike other things where it's like, do this point-and-click adventure, this was literally all just somebody sitting on a couch and you have to ask them questions. But most of the time, you have to come up with the questions yourself. And then Donut Break 2 head-to-head. I put more work. So that's all the Donut Break 2 head-to-head is my latest platinum trophy. I've also put more work into The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Series. We're now into the 3rd season.
Oh hell yeah!
And I defeated. Do you remember I was telling you about Metagal, that knockoff Mega Man 2 that's been giving me trouble?
Yeah. You had like a couple left.
Through.
Right?
Well, had trouble with a couple of the levels. I'm on the final level, which is the boss rush mode.
Oh shit!
I just haven't tried it out yet, but I do that. I get the platinum, and then for my stream a couple weeks ago, I did start Disney Sing It family hits.
Yeah,
just singing those karaoke hits by myself. Check out if you want to see me sing Reflection from Mulan real well. Check that out. That does put us at 853 total platinums. I dropped in country rank though. I'm number 105. Shit. I was 104. This dude named Jables4889 jumped over me with a couple of easy platinums, and I can't break this top 100. It's just like they keep, every time I make a little effort,
it just pushes right back.
I feel like I've got to go. It's time to finally go sicko mode and buy a bunch of like PSN cards from Europe and Japan and play all the shit easy games again on those stacks. But I don't know if I'm willing to finally cross that line.
Yeah. Like,
anyway,
do you think that you'll use the holidays to try and break that? Like, because that seems like obtainable, but I feel like it's you got a couple. You got to put some work in.
The thing that's stopping me from wherever, like most of the people that are at my level are already doing that, and I haven't done it. And if I did that, I could jump from 853 platinums probably to somewhere over 1,000 and just skyrocket. But
hang on. I want to turn this around. But what's the investment look like on that? Would it be $30 a month to play GTA?
It would probably be me buying $500 to $600 worth of PSN cards from another country, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to do that.
I mean, with the push you've had so far, I mean, it's kind of fun to see you just sticking it to them without doing that.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, let's see how this.
There's another game that I could maybe pop an easy platinum in, but.
Also, every time you bring up the Christian cult games, I always imagine that it's like Kenneth from 30 Rock, like Kenneth the intern
I assume that too.
The head dude of it.
I assume it's just it's two guys in a shack somewhere just being like, oh yeah, look at all the money we're making off of these trophy hunters, but we're gonna definitely convert them. Nobody reads your game, bruh. So we'll keep giving you $1 a week. The games come out on Sundays, by the way. I don't know if I ever told you that little fact.
Perfect for but that's what is it? Sunday school?
Yeah. Oh, Sunday Platinum School.
Sunday Platinum School.
We're playing a game. We're talking about a game this week that is one of my favorite games of all time, but I didn't pick it.
Oh, that's interesting.
You picked it, which is weird.
Yeah.
What game are we talking about?
We're talking about Saints Row the Third.
Oh yeah.
Man, this is going to be an interesting discussion.
Because it rules?
It's good. Yeah, it is. It is a very good game. It is. It was a very good game.
One could even say it's possibly the best game of the 360 PS3 generation.
That's bold. That's really bold.
One could say it. And I'm that one.
Really? Like, hang on. Now I want to think, like, what's a better 360 game? Skate 3. I think Skate 3 is a better game.
I don't love.
Oh, you turned into a robot. Did I lose you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Whew.
Hey.
Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend. I bet he doesn't kiss ya.
We got you.
We got it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, you're in.
Good. Keep that in. That one's for Brad.
Oh my God.
I don't think you could name. Oh, that's even better. He will never see it coming. I don't think you can name a game from that era that I liked more.
Oh, that's
maybe BioShock.
Yeah,
we could have a discussion in which I like more, Saints Row the Third or BioShock, but it'd be close.
I think, man, that's tough. Because so
you know what? We should wait. I got a great idea. Let's not have this discussion right now, and let's save that for an episode once called the
best
top
of
10 games
generation.
The best of the generation.
Yes.
Every couple months we can do a best of the generation. We can go through all the generations. Okay, yeah. Leave all this in so people know it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
But we'll do this later. Anyway, let's talk about Saints Row the Third.
Yeah. Okay.
How about this? The best game to come out in 2011 for sure.
You talk about Saints Row real quick. I want to look at what came out in 2011.
Skyrim came out in 2011. Fuck that game.
Skyrim. Skyrim's a better game.
No, you're stupid. Hey, wait. Say what you said again. Say what you said again.
Skyrim's a better game.
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak. Thanks.
Like Mass
Row-
Effect 2 came out that year. That's a way better game. Little Big Planet 2.
Mass Effect 2 came out in 2010.
I don't know. It came out on PS3. That's right, because it came out on 360 before.
No, it came out in 2008.
Did it?
When did Mass Effect 2 come out?
Okay, it came out on PS3 on January 17th.
Mass Effect 2 first came out in 2010.
Okay. Yeah, the PS3 one then too. Little Big Planet 2 is a better game.
You're high. Listen, here's what we're going to talk about. Before we talk about... No, we're done here.
Super Mario 3D Land. That's for 3DS. That is infinitely a better game. That is a better game.
Super Mario 3D Land is like one of my favorite Super Mario.
Right? Okay, but like Saints Row the Third.
We're talking about Saints Row the Third. Let's talk about Saints Row the Third. Saints Row the third Saints Row game, if you didn't know. To give a quick backstory, let's talk about Saints Row. Saints Row was a game that came out in the 360 and was basically just like, hey, GTA is popular. Let's rip that off. And it was a soulless, huskless, useless game. Like it wasn't a bad game. It was fine. But did you play the original Saints Row?
I did. I like the original.
I did also, and I thought it was fine. But it was just
it was totally fine.
This adds nothing.
Yeah, and I mean at that time too, it was like I think it kind of came out in that period where we were like, hey, there hasn't been a GTA yet for the 360 generation, and it was kind of the first one, and it did its job like competently, but it wasn't anything to write home about at the same time.
I would like to really go quickly and talk how I don't like GTA, because we talked about that for a second. I don't like GTA. GTA has never clicked with me, and I love open world games, and I think it's because I don't gel with Rockstar as much as everybody else.
That's fair.
Their humor is a little annoying to me.
See, I don't disagree with you there, because I do think that some of the humor
I like Bully.
Right. Bully's great. Bully's fantastic. But I think, and this is something I definitely want to talk about, because I played this game back when it came out on PC, and then I booted it up this weekend because like it's been a long time since I've played it.
We're talking about Saints Row the Third.
Yeah, Saints Row the Third. Yeah. And I remember really liking that game, and it was kind of one of those games that I enjoyed it back in 2012. It looks like 2012, 2013, it looks like I played it a lot. I enjoyed it then. I wasn't enjoying it as much this time. And I think it was because of the writing. And I think that I totally understand the GTA logic.
I think Saints Row the Third has better writing than any GTA game.
I don't think man, that's tough. Because like, I think GTA 4 is a very well-written game. I think that's the best written one. I really like the humor of 5 a lot. I think that game does humor, and like I wouldn't call the game too serious, but it's the emotion and kind of the setting of it and the characters that they set up. Those are very fun, and I think more charming and endearing than anything I was encountering in Saints Row the Third.
Anyway.
And it's only because like the writing in GTA, I feel like is very much the humor that I would still laugh at today. Whereas I think in Saints Row, it's like, yeah, I was probably laughing at that kind of stuff more in 2012, but now it's kind of like, we're a little inundated with kind of like that humor nowadays. Like it's kind of just everywhere. So I don't feel like it's special anymore. It's nothing different than what we're already getting a lot of today. So I'm kind of like I was enjoying it. I was like, this is good, but it's like, I'm not really looking for that anymore, because we already get that in everything we watch nowadays. It's, it's like that kind of humor.
I think that,
or maybe let
me explain. Okay. So Saints Row, pretty no humor. You're just a little punk kid that joins the 3rd Street Saints who work for Keith David. And it's like, here's a gang war between a bunch of people in a tiny little town called Stillwater. It was fine, but who cares? Mm-hmm. Saints Row 2, you started actually getting like into kind of a bigger thing. Like you're in a city and you wake up from a coma, and they tried to make it more about like the actual player character doing more big things in the city. And they included a little bit more of the humor, like the hot dog costume. Yeah. And that's when I think they first introduced like the games like insurance fraud and shit like that. It was fine, but I wasn't the biggest fan. In Saints Row the Third, it starts this was the beginning of the era of fuck it. We're just going to go big for the sake of going big. And I think that's why I respect this game the most. In Saints Row the Third, it begins with your character robbing a bank with all of the other Saints while a actor is shadowing you so that he can play you in the movie about you.
Yeah.
That premise alone, hilarious. Also, you are in a disguise, and that disguise is yourself.
Yeah.
They're all wearing big costumes that say, "We are the Saints. What are you going to do about it?"
Well, they're all dressed like Johnny
they're all
Gat.
dressed like Johnny Gat.
Yeah.
Who's played by Daniel Day Kim.
In which he's great too. Like, Johnny Gat is fun throughout this game.
Johnny Gat rules.
Who doesn't want to be Johnny Gat?
This was also one of the first games that introduced me to learning who Troy Baker and Laura Bailey were, which is hilarious. So they have to move you out of Stillwater because they've had 2 games in that town, and that town's too small.
Right.
So you're there, you're robbing a bank. Shit goes wrong. It's fun. There are people asking for your autograph as you're robbing the bank. Like, in this world, criminals are celebrities. That's great. Cut to, you rob the bank, you're getting away when you get kidnapped by this French guy named Philippe Loren, who owns a big giant, or is the head of a big giant corporation of crime called the Syndicate. And he's like, you can't do crime in this new city called Steelport without my approval. So just join the Syndicate and it'll be good. And they're like, no, fuck you. We're going to do whatever we want.
Yeah, we're the Saints. We do what we want.
Exactly.
No one owns Johnny Gat. Johnny Gat's his own guy.
Now, it's funny that you said you enjoyed Johnny Gat throughout this whole game.
I do, because I think he's like well written.
Yeah, you do? He immediately then kills Johnny Gat, so you enjoyed him for about 30 minutes.
Wait, no, he's not. He's in this game like a bunch.
Johnny Gat dies in the beginning.
Oh, man.
He doesn't kill Johnny Gat. Okay, I should rephrase that. There's this big giant scene where you're like fucking shooting people on his airplane, and then to get out, Johnny Gat sacrifices himself. Johnny Gat dies at the beginning of this game. This leads to the very first crazy sequence in this game, which is you jumping out of a plane that is crashing because your friend Shondi doesn't have a parachute. Right. So you have to go down and get her. And then when you realize, oh, that fucker's getting away, you throw her into the air to fall so that you can like cannonball back into the window and fucking just shoot everybody on the plane and get out and catch her again. Yeah. Great fun.
You like finesse through the whole like craft and then jump out the backside again to save her.
Yeah.
Look, I will admit I only played a couple hours of this.
I fucking knew it.
Oh, no.
The minute you were like, I love Johnny Gat throughout this whole game, I was like,
I played this game. I played the hell out of it back in 2012, 2013. When I played it this week.
All right.
And here's the problem with it, is that it did the number one sin in that scene, because you're talking about how great that scene is.
Yeah,
but here's the problem. They take control out of your hands every 5 fucking seconds of it. So it's
the beginning of the fucking
boring.
Game.
It's so boring.
It's not boring. They're setting up the entire... This is the only time they do that.
Well, okay, because I think that they do it a lot more, because... And it's not as gratuitous as this, but the thing is like, it's constantly like, you jumped out of the airplane, A+, like, and then it stops everything just to do that.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. You jump out of the airplane and you have a quick scene where you catch Shondi and she's like, oh, thanks. And you're like, wait, I got to go. And then immediately puts you back in. It's seamless. There's no loading.
No. It is seamless. It is seamless, like, because it's all working. It's all scripted, like, you know, except for the few parts where you're like diving through the air, dodging the projectiles and stuff. Like, it does stop you a couple times. Like, even when you're in the helicopter trying to make your escape, it stops you there and it's just like, hey, you killed everyone on the helicopter, now jump out. And then you jump out and then you do the first, like, it does the little cutscene where you're falling. You do the dive, the first section of the dive, in which they do that segment 3 times in this. That you do the first segment, that's when you let her go and it stops control again, takes it out of your hands, does the scene, and then you go back, then you dive through the plane.
Your complaint is that cutscenes exist.
Yeah, and like these action, because I want to do that. Okay. Like, I don't want the scene to do it for me.
You know what I hate? When I play Final Fantasy 14 and I have to sit there for 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, but those are cutscenes of people talking. Those aren't action.
What's the difference? It's a cutscene for 15 seconds and it gets back into it. They need to. You can't be playing the cutscene while Shondi's talking to you. This is a ridiculous comment. So
They do
You
it all
land
the
in
time in
Steelport,
video games where you're like
You land.
talking and having a dialogue while you're falling through the air. You could do that. Like, and even you could even crash through the plane and have to like do quick time segments through the whole thing instead of it just being a cutscene. Like, because they have quick time events in this game, but they only use it to start the scene, not to continue the scene in this. So it's like, oh yeah, it's cool.
2011.
Yeah, but that's the thing I would argue
I
that
think this is a ridiculous argument. That you're like, I hate the.
it just takes away control too much at the beginning for me. I like
the beginning.
I just wanted to sit down and play.
I'm so sorry that in the first 10 minutes of this game they had to set up the story. I'm so sorry they had to set up the story.
There's too much of it.
And you're wrong. So you land in Steelport and you're like, fuck, okay. This town is ruled by 3 main gangs. You got the Syndicate, who's Philippe. He owns kind of like the rich area. You've got the area around like the industrial plant. That's owned by the coolest gang, the Deckers. They're a hacker gang. Love them.
They're the blue gang, right?
They're the hackers, yeah.
Yeah. I fought one of their generals really quick because I just kept killing all the blue dudes as soon as I spawned.
Hack the planet!
They were cool. I'll admit. I was like, I like their design.
Hack the planet. There's a trophy if you do everything in their area. It's called Hack the Planet. I got.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it's a great trophy. And then the other gang, also really fucking cool, who own like the casino area. Those are a bunch of Mexican wrestlers called the Luchadors, and they are led by a dude named Eddie Kilbane Pryor. He's fucking rad. So the basic idea of the game is very simple. Take out these 3 gangs and take over Steelport while regaining your entire empire.
Yeah. You got to get your respect.
You got to take out the Morning Star, the Luchadors, and the Deckers.
Yeah.
And so the game is basically in 3 acts. The first act is you go against Morning Star. The second act is you go against the Deckers, and the third act is you go against the Luchadors. And I think that there is no bad part of this story, because all of these have great moments. The story is very simple. You got to find your allies, you got to recruit them, and then you go against the main guy. And that's the story for all 3. But it's the things in the middle that are great. Like in the Morning Star area, in the first, you get to meet, that's where you meet Zemo, who's a pimp who has a auto tuner installed in his voice box, and you find out that he's been captured and put into a private sex club where he's been held hostage for the last like 2 years. And to break him out, you have to have a chariot race because he's tied up to a chariot to be used as a human chariot. And when you're running away, he has to lead the chariot away, so you steer him like a car. Well, the bad guys are using other sex chariots, so you have to shoot them. The thing is, in the code, they coded them as cars, not as people. So when you shoot them, they explode like cars. It's great.
That's so good. See, that's fun.
One of the coolest parts of this game is in that part where you have to jump out of a helicopter and paraglide into a party and kill everybody on it so that you can take over the tower as your new base. And as soon as it starts playing Power by Kanye West.
See, okay.
It's so fucking cool.
I do remember the whole tower thing being, that was kind of the point where I realized like this game is just completely bonkers back then.
Oh yeah, this game is batshit crazy.
I think that mission is the one though that I was kind of like, I feel like I need to go back. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. It's
there. I have more fun.
I just feel like I'm on
helicopter and listening to that song than I have ever had in a second of a GTA game.
Really? Okay,
there's nothing in GTA that is as cool as Power starting. There's nothing.
Well,
as cool.
Hang on.
Okay, let me jump. This game is so good at audio cues. I want to talk about 3.
I'll give you that.
There's the fucking what I got scene where when you're at the beginning, you're trying to pick up all your friends. You got this dude named Pierce who has been your friend since the very first game, and all this crazy shit is happening. Is like you got to go pick him up and get a car. You get in the car with, and all of a sudden, What I Got by Sublime starts playing, and it's just you driving, no shooting, no nothing, while 2 friends are trying to sing along to What I Got while it's actually playing. And they're having little back and forth, and it shows like, oh, here's a really good character moment of these 2 characters who have been through some shit enjoying a song that reminds them of being younger.
I'll give you this. The one thing...
okay, go ahead.
I think one thing that Saints Row does do a lot better than GTA is it does tell a multi-arced story of characters. Like, you are still playing with the same kind of crew from game to game to game. And that's not Grand Theft Auto, though, but I don't think that's like, that feels like two different things, because it's like, this is a story of characters that have been around, whereas like, so this is like Kingdom Hearts, like this is a story that continues.
I'm sorry, did you just call this game Kingdom Hearts?
I did. But like GTA is more like Final Fantasy, where none of the stories matter to each other, you know, for the most part. So like you could play 7, and that's totally different from 8, and that's totally different from 9. And I think GTA tells better character stories within a bottle, I guess. Whereas like this tells characters that are continuing better, because that is more fun to have like Pierce and character talking to or trying to sing what I got and stuff. Like that's fun because you can have that in this game. But I don't think that's like makes it necessarily better or worse really from GTA. I do think they do it very well though. I think that is one thing that is unique to this.
You know what this game does? Like I wanted to wait and talk about gameplay after I talked about the story, but
I mean the story is you just take out the 3 games. The story's important.
You're skipping over a lot of cool moments and how dare you? This is not allowed. So the first part is basically you fucking around with the Morning Star, you meet everybody, and then you need to go and take over their tower and you shoot Loren in the face. Mm-hmm. Great. The second is where the game really takes off. You need to go take out the Deckers, who are the hackers. They're the ones who they're blocking like your money. All your accounts are frozen because of the Deckers. So you meet Kinsey, one of the coolest characters. She's an ex-FBI agent who was ruined by Matt Miller, who's their leader. And she helps you basically hack into their big database, and you get one of the coolest fucking missions that's ever existed in any video game ever, Deckers.die, where you must infiltrate the Decker mainframe. It starts as a shooter. It becomes a text adventure at one point. The game starts cheating by like hacking you, and then at the end you have to fight Matt Miller as a giant like internet demon while you're a toilet. The game fucking rules. It's one of the coolest missions of all time. I love it.
That does sound really cool. Like
at the end of it, you don't kill him. He like gets scared and he pees his pants, and you tell him to fuck back off to England. And then you get to meet the real villain of this game. Oh wait, before that, so now you're like, oh, yo, I gotta go take out Killbane. This guy sucks. He's basically a mass wrestler who's a psychotic like murderer, and he just kills whatever he wants. But before that, you need help from the mayor. So you gotta go meet the mayor. You know who the mayor of Steelport is?
Oh my god, I know this because you're like unlocking this game for me in my memory.
Who's the mayor of Steelport?
Oh my fucking god.
Burt fucking Reynolds.
Yeah, there we go.
And it's not Burt Reynolds as a character. It's Burt Reynolds.
It's just Burt Reynolds.
And he goes, well, okay, you're becoming a problem. You're having a lot of gang warfare, and that has led the federal government to bring in the Special Tactics Anti-Gang Unit. So now, not only are you fighting gangs, but you're fighting the fucking military. But also, Burt Reynolds needs your help. You know why? Zombies. That's right. Zombies. Halfway through this game, a zombie outbreak happens on one of the small islands, and Burt Reynolds asks you to go kill zombies.
Oh, man.
It's great.
See, okay, I totally just forget about this shit.
You kill the zombies, and then you gotta go deal with fucking Killbane, who's being a dick. And so Killbane fucking, let's skip to the end of this.
Yeah.
Killbane has kidnapped your friends, and you can either go after him and murder him, or go after your friends and save them from the giant explosion that he set up that will set Stag after you. And it's really cool. There's 2 endings to this game.
Yeah.
Because you can either go after the good ending is to go after your friends and let Killbane get away. Mm-hmm. And if you do, you save them from dying and you stop the town from blowing up, which gives you good press. And it actually, that's the canonical ending that leads to Saints Row 4, where you become the president of America, because everyone did you not know that? Everyone believes in you because it shows that you're actually, even though you're a bad guy, you're not a bad guy. And then the ending of that game is you guys, all of a sudden you're on Mars, and it's you trying to save your friends on Mars, but then you find out at the end of it, actually, that whole time you weren't on Mars. You were shooting your movie Gangsters in Space, which takes place on Mars. The bad ending... Hold on, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know. It totally makes... I get why you like this game now. It totally just dawned on me. It's like, this game is Fast and Furious, the game.
This game is Fast and the Furious. You got it.
That's exactly I get it now. You know what? I totally get it.
This game. Oh, this is the best part of this. If you get the mission, basically you're in a car and it's like, if you go this way, you will save your friends. If you go this way, you go after Killbane. All of a sudden the radio, whatever you're listening to, stops and I Need a Hero starts playing.
That's pretty good.
I need a hero.
That's a
it's
classic.
Great. It's fucking amazing. If you go to the bad ending, you go and have a fist fight with Killbane on like the runway of the airport, and he's just trying to get away, and you fucking murder him. But the bad ending is your friends are dead, so instead you take it out. You go and murder the entirety of Stag plus the general who was relating them. You take over and you just say, "Hey, guess what? I am now the ruler of Steelport. We are seceding from America. Fuck with me if you dare." And then you've got all of this like next level military tech that you've stolen from them, which would have been so cool as a different video game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the story of this game. This game is great. You got it. This game eventually is the game where you can say Jump the Shark is a bad term, but I say this is the game where Saints Row went, fuck that. Let's go weird, but nothing is ever too weird that it doesn't make sense.
This is definitely the game that started all of that in games, though. I think that this is the game that kicked off the go big or go home kind of style.
And as someone who loves that, that's why this game is great. That's why I don't like GTA. GTA is just kind of like, hey, in your city, you can look. That restaurant's got a dick in it. Which I say that, but I have nowhere to talk because one of the weapons in this game is a big giant. Dong.
And not only that, but like everyone walks around just like half fucking naked through this game. Like your character can just be naked. You can just be naked.
You're gonna have to be naked.
Yeah.
This game also, one of the things I like in gameplay wise, they decided to say fuck it. They did great things that were like, hey, whereas in GTA everything is realistic, let's go a little cartoony in this game. So it's like in GTA, when you want to steal a car from someone, you have to get in front of them, you have to get them to stop, you have to go over, you have to press the button to open it up, you have to press the button to get them out, and you have to take the car, right? Yeah. In this game, there's one button, and if you're running towards a car, you jump into the fucking front window like you're a fucking Neo from the Matrix, and you just kick the guy out the back of the window, and all of a sudden it's your car. None of this stop, throw a guy out shit. It's just like, nah, fuck this, let's go crazy.
But here's the thing, and again, I want to reiterate, I love the go big, go home kind of thing. Like, I love going big, and I like how this game is written, and it's not necessarily in the way it's written that I have problem with, because I think that you can totally have this and have GTA. They're totally separate, but it's all gameplay rooted. That's where the problems are for me with this game, because it's like, again, I do think it takes control out of your hands too much.
No, it doesn't. It does that one time. You don't like it?
No, because it does that. When you complete a mission, it'll stop and be like, mission complete.
I'm so sorry that you don't like that when you complete a mission, it gives you a screen. You know that happens in every other video game that's ever been made, right?
It does happen in a lot.
It says mission complete. In this game, it's great because when you complete a mission, you get it all of a sudden goes into a big splash screen of purple and has the little Saint logo, and then it plays that dope fucking garage theme. Da 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 da. I can't just listen to it. It's put in the garage music. It's fucking. I love this.
But here's the thing, though. It's like, that
screen, by the way, is up for 2 seconds. It shows you that you passed, and it shows you how much respect you got. Respect is your XP. And then it shows you how much money you got, and then it's out. That thing lasts for no more than 3 to 4 seconds.
No, well, you have to confirm it too. You have to confirm it away.
Well, you could just press X.
Yeah, you can mash X through it. But the thing is in GTA, it just says complete, and you're still driving around. It's off in the corner.
Because it's cinematic. It's cinematic.
True, and
it's great. It's a big funny splash screen, and I think your point is invalid.
I just want to be in the that's the one thing I've realized, especially in the last few months when I play a game, is I want to be in the gameplay, moment to moment to moment. I just want to be doing something, So when the game stops me, right now I just don't have it in me to sit there. If it's a splash screen, if it's
2 seconds, you play a game where listen, I'm gonna talk shit on Final Fantasy 14 again.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go over here. Here's a 3-minute story somebody tells you about how they need you to kill 10 fucking bears.
That
you go and kill 10 bears, you come back, and then they need to tell your life story. But the mission isn't over. Now you have to go walk over here and talk to somebody else, and then talk to somebody else, and talk to somebody else, and then it's over. And that whole game is you just sitting there while people talk.
But Final Fantasy 14 is not an action game, though. This is. That's the difference. Because like
RPG, but whatever.
Yeah, it's an MMORPG. It's a game where I know I'm going to sit down and have conversations with people and have these long dialogues. It's not a game that I'm running around literally jumping feet first into cars, kicking people out. Like it is a game that is go, go, go. I want to go, go, go. So don't disagree.
Here's why I disagree with your statement entirely also. Because that doesn't just happen while you're out playing. When you start a mission, it's like, I've got a mission. You look at you bring up your cell phone, you start a mission, you go to the mission. It shows you a starting cutscene. You do the entire mission. It doesn't ever stop you. And at the end, when the mission is done, it says mission complete. And then you're immediately back in the world and you can look at your phone again. That is no different than any other game that sets up missions. That is how video games work. Your problem is with video games.
I mean, that's true. It is because I may be nitpicking here. It was just
100% nitpicking.
Of the last few hours that I've played of it over this last weekend, it was something that I noticed like kind of over and I'm just like, why is this even a screen? Like this, just let me, like, why did you stop everything to tell me? Just, I get it. I beat it.
You know,
like, I don't need it to tell me.
Even worse, that is made by your precious Rockstar is Red Dead Redemption.
See, I haven't played the second. Well, I played the first one, but it's like that was, that was also
it sets up every
10
mission,
years ago.
And then so was this game.
Hang on a second. Cause like it does, but I don't think it does it as egregious as this does. Cause this is not, has you confirmed, like, right?
Egregious. No, it doesn't confirm. You keep saying confirm like it's a bad thing. All it says is it's so that it doesn't go on without you. It's complete. You can press X at any time. You don't have to watch that thing. It's just like mission complete. All right, press X, and there's no loading. It's and you're done. It's literally
fair.
Those screens can last a fraction of a second.
Well, I mean, okay, hang on. I think we are getting stuck up on this part though, because there are other gameplay problems I have with this game.
Do you have a gameplay problem with the game just going insane?
Two things. No, there are just two things. And this may actually be a computer thing because field of depth is really weird. Like the FOV. Like I tend to play games with a high FOV.
That's
so
100%
like
a computer thing. That is 100% a PC thing.
Because it's like the third person shooting, like when you aim down sights, it's really weird because your character is kind of standing off at an angle, but the bullet goes straight. So it's like, it's not that it's like necessarily a bad thing. It's probably just the way that I'm looking at it through my screen with certain FOV.
Crosshairs.
There's crosshairs, but it just makes my brain like, I'm like, am I really pointed at this guy? And it's like I kind of have to look at the crosshair more than my character. So like, I don't know. It's a weird. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you do. It's just the fact that it looks like I'm shooting sideways instead of like at my target. So that I'll take a video of it, and for the like this is the one time where like I'm sorry, audio people.
Are we on YouTube?
Oh yeah, we've been on YouTube. But
oh shit,
I'm gonna put in a clip right here that kind of I'll explain what I'm looking at because it is weird. It just kind of doesn't look like the shooting is correct to me. So like I had a little bit of trouble like shooting people just
all right,
and it may be getting comfortable. And
welcome to the clip that you're seeing. Hey, this is the clip you're seeing if you're on YouTube right now. 1000%. This is Chris's fault and not the game's fault. This is Chris.
This is probably my fault.
This is Chris's fault. All right. What's the second thing? What's your second fraudulent problem with this video game? Go ahead.
I don't like the car physics in this game.
Fuck you. The car physics in this game are way better than GTA. I can drive in this game far better than I can drive in GTA 5.
Because you're magneted to the ground. Like there is no possibility of your wheels coming off the ground, so that's probably why you can do it better.
Yeah, you can drive better.
Like, no,
Oh, no. It sucks so much that they made driving fun and not a fucking chore. Oh, my gosh. It sucks that they put in fucking really good drifting and they didn't make it so realistic that you fucking fishtail anytime you take a corner. Oh, my gosh. Did you realize that they made this game good and fun and not
I don't know
so realistic to the point that it's, like, pedantic?
I disagree with that because I think the only time GTA has had bad car physics is GTA 4.
I think they've all had bad car physics. I think the car physics in this game are great because there's a lot of like not races, but times you have to get to a thing in here, and it never feels like I never have that moment where I feel like I made that turn and the shitty physics made it fishtail when it shouldn't. It's like I can hit these drifts and I can always hit my corners, and I like traveling.
The problem with the cars being like magneted to the ground is that if you crash into another car, it stops all your momentum.
Also, who drives cars in this game once you get the fucking witch's broom? So you're weird.
Well, I mean, that's fair. But I didn't unlock that yet. But that's the thing is there is a point where you have to drive, and it's like anytime I crash into a car, I'm like, oh my gosh, why doesn't my car at least coast? Or it's like, no, it's just like a wall.
Don't crash into cars. I mean, it'll be fun.
But that's the fun of this game is that's you go crazy, you hit in cars, and you're driving really fast and bouncing and stuff.
You can upgrade your car to not do that. I think you just have a shitty car.
That could be at the beginning of the game, but that's the thing is you still have to upgrade it. So it's like, but in GTA, I feel like I know how the cars work.
All your complaints about this game are that you've played 2 hours of it and you don't have any upgrades yet.
I'm actually downloading. I'm downloading the Steam version right now, the one that I actually played. So hopefully it saves to the cloud because then I can just pull that back down and check it out. But
this game, it has a upgrade system that GTA doesn't have, where by getting respect, you can buy new upgrades. These upgrades are things like holding more ammo, taking less damage, getting more money from you can buy things around town to make more money per hour to bring your things in. Eventually, you can just buy things like infinite sprints. You can buy no damage from falling. You can just straight up buy infinite ammo. You can buy, eventually, if you make it to the very top, which you will not be able to make until you beat the game, but it's great at the end of the game for cleaning things up, you can just buy invincibility.
But that's what this game does well. It does arcade very well.
It's very fun. Also, the weapon variants in this game are great. In GTA, you've got a gun, you've got another gun, you've got a big gun, and you got a rocket launcher. In fucking Saints Row, you've got a gun that shoots octopi on people's heads like the fucking Hypnotoad that makes them your zombies. You've got guns that shoot lasers. You've got you've got farts in jars that make people start puking. You've got the fucking kill streak from Call of Duty where you have the big satellite that can shoot missiles down. They have a lot of more fun aspects to their weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. But I think that's because it does arcade games so well, and that's not what GTA. That's where the differences of these games. They're totally different. I want a very fun balls out, balls to the wall, go big, go home game, and you want a realistic. I would compare it to this. I'm out here fucking playing. You're playing Arma. While I'm playing Team Fortress. Yeah. That may be, I don't know, because the thing is that I really love about GTA is that it doesn't take itself serious. That game is it's all jokes and stupid shit, and it's so great. It's so well, it's not overtly in your face about it. It's a little bit more coy and just makes the jokes when the timing hits. It doesn't have to rely on being just balls to the wall, to the wall, to the wall, to the wall, to the wall.
Yeah, you're right. It's just boring and annoying. There's a mission in this game where you're going to fuck over Killbane's image by winning the big lucha match. I forget what it's called. And at the end of it, you can unmask him and shame him and get his mask. Or if you leave him his honor, he'll teach you his special move, the Apaka Fist, which is actually a big giant weapon that are big Hulk hands that when you start punching people, that things just explode.
And that's cool. I do that. That is cool. Fun. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's any less fun though.
You have a gun that shoots sharks. I forgot about the gun that shoots sharks. You can have the Mega Blaster. You get a cyber cannon. This game's just fun.
It is. It's weird. I think this is just one of those games that I kind of wish I didn't go back and play it. Maybe I should have just watched YouTube videos over the last week because
I went back and just played this again last year to get the PS4 platinum. Yeah. I can still do the PS5, which I probably will because I fucking love this game. Just not right now because I just played it. Yeah. But it's maybe you could say that my humor has never grown up, but I still find everything in this game funny. I find everything in this game funny. there are a couple things that I don't like about this game, but they are minor and they're trophy based. But like, just for like, this was my first ever platinum. This game holds
that's special. Yeah.
Fuck, I love this game.
I do like this game. I know I'm kind of coming hard on it, but like,
yeah, you're being a real man over here.
I do like it. I do like it. I
can pay $30 a month to get some guy in Des Moines, Iowa to let me join his GTA Disneyland game.
To be honest though, as like that was the thing. That is, every time I sat down and played it, I was just like, there are better games out there than this. Like, and it's like, notably, I was like, I could play GTA 5, which I wholeheartedly think is a better game than this. Like,
video games altogether than be forced to play GTA Online over this.
Is that the reason why you haven't platinum GTA 5? Is because it does have online component, like their trophies?
Well, yeah, absolutely, because those online trophies suck ass. But I legitimately tried to play GTA 5 on the PS3, and I just went, I'm not having a good time. Fuck this game, and I just turned it off and never turned it back on. I don't like the way Rockstar makes video games.
That's so interesting. Like, I really
make their
like
games slow, methodical, and kind of boring.
I don't know.
Why do I have to worry about getting the new type of bullet and going over here and entering blah, 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 when I could just have unlimited fucking grenades and just spam them inside of, like, the Capitol building?
And, this is funny because,
no way. Maybe cut that out. Don't make me stop. Hold on.
Well, yeah, hang on. Let's rewind real quick. I just caught up.
I meant like the Capitol. The guy. I meant the
video game. We're talking video games. Nothing else.
The Morningstar's what's it called? VIP building. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. All right.
We dodged a bullet.
I want to talk about trophies in this game.
I do want to say, just to finish before we hit trophies, is I know I'm really not trying to co-opt this into a GTA chat, but it's like I don't know, like there's something about those three characters of GTA 5, because I feel like that the story they tell in that game is charming.
I think every character in this game, down to the shitty actor that is following you around to be in a movie and then turns on you because the government offers him more money. Yeah. So you have to go rescue him because they double crossed him and you give him a second chance. I find that guy more entertaining than fucking Trevor.
Trevor is like, he's really interesting. Like, he gets good. He gets really good.
Joke on top of a bad joke. I find the bad Tony Soprano knockoff in GTA 5 is a bad character.
Yeah, he's meant to be a bad character.
Kensington. You know who's a great character in this game? Shaundi, because she has to go through
but Franklin. Franklin's amazing.
Franklin's great. And
Lamar is cool. I
think Pierce is better. All the characters in this game are better than all the characters in your game.
I mean that, you know, I'm not gonna disagree with you there, because I think that they're both great. But I don't know. With this game, I just kind of wish I would have left it in like that rose tinted memory, because I feel like this is like when I watched Outlaw Star again, and I was just like, oh man, I don't like this as much anymore. You know, it's like, I think it must have hit me at the right time for something. Like, I must have been like,
you know what
in a weird phase, because like I really did enjoy this game, and like I do think it does do a lot of really cool things. You're fucking
I'm old. I'm Peter Pan, and I stayed on Neverland, and I kept my childish love of this game that I first played when I was like,
I don't know, like I would still say that my humor is childish and
when
fun.
I was 25, and now you're fucking Peter Panning.
Peter Panning?
You can't even make it to your kid's baseball game. And
I would never.
You don't like flying, and you're a pirate. You became the pirate.
Oh, but pirates are cool.
No, they're the bad guys. I'm Peter Pan. I'm with the Lost Boys. I'm over here on Saints Row Island.
You know what?
I'm on Steelport Island, and I can fly. That's in the next game. You can fly, but this game's just as good.
You can enjoy Neverland.
I can fly. Neverland. Trophies in this game.
Yes, let's go over trophies. I got a couple trophies in this game. I have 8. I have 15 to be exact.
Oh, nice. I have all 50. Well, okay, so I do want to say one caveat to how much I love this game. They made 3 DLC packs of this game that I've never played.
Yeah, me neither.
And it's not because I don't want to, but it's like I played the first game, I played it, and then they put out DLC later, and I was like, oh, I'll get around to that. I never played it, and then I platinum it last year, and it's like, all right, I got the platinum. Hey, I can play the DLC I've never played. Oh wait, there's a sale, and I could buy 8 games, and I could platinum in 5 minutes, and then I just like I really should go back and play them. I've heard it's fun.
You know what?
Like it's nothing. It's not like I didn't play them because they're bad. It's just like I just never got around to it.
Can we commit to like, I don't know if maybe by the end of the year, let's peek in on it at least. Like, let's just give it a shot, and then we can like come back in a few weeks and we're just like, hey, we both checked out the DLC. It was thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's just give it a thumbs up, thumbs down in like a few weeks.
I'll give that a tentative maybe.
Because then that'll give me more of a reason to maybe come back and look at this game again. Because it's like I want to play it again. Like there's you know, like
there's a DLC for Genki Bowl 8, which is or 7. One of my favorite side missions in this game is Professor Genki's Super Unethical Reality Climax, which is a game show thing where you have to go in and kill mascots before they kill you while also finding like prizes. And I guess that's a whole DLC about Professor Genki like doing more
that part was cool.
There's a DLC called Gangstas in Space that's all based on the good ending where you're basically filming a movie where you're on Mars. And then there is a DLC called The Trouble with Clones that I know nothing about. I literally don't know anything about it. All I know is there was going to be another one called Enter the Dominatrix. And that's where they were going to put in powers and everything. And they liked it so much that became Saints Row 4.
Yeah. And I think that's whenever I was just like...
It's not as good a game, but I really do like Saints Row 4 because that one, they just went insane where it's like you're the president and then aliens come and blow up the planet, but you get off and you have to... all the humans that they've stolen, they've put into the Matrix. And so you have to get into the Matrix and wake everybody up so you can stop the aliens. So Saints Row 4 is not only an alien story, but also the Matrix, and you have superpowers. There's no reason to drive a car in that game because you can just fly.
I think by the time the fourth one was hitting, that was when I was like, oh, this has Borderlands syndrome for me. Like,
you're insane. Nothing is worse than Borderlands 2. Fuck you, Anthony Birch. Okay, let's talk about... I'm not going to even allow you to say those words. So, trophies for this game. First of all, you got your, do all the acts. What's really nice is there's a trophy for... There's 2 main, ways that you can... the end of Act 1 and the end of Act 3, you can do one or the other. And they have trophies for doing it each way, which with save states is very simple. You can do whichever way you want. You can save right before the mission, do whatever you want, and then load up the save, do whichever other one you want to do, and then go back to the other save. Very simple. There's do all the... It's an open world game, so there's 4 parts of the map, and it's, do everything in each part of the map. That's fun.
Take over all the zones, take over all the buildings.
There's trophies for doing every single instance of... all the side quests in this game, with 2 exceptions, are very fun. You got things like Mayhem, which the idea is literally just you have 3 minutes, blow up as much shit as you can. You've got one called Heli Assault, which is the same thing, but now you're in a helicopter. You've got Trailblazing, which is basically driving without stopping. Tank Mayhem, we got Professor Genki's. The only 2, and they're not... It's not that they're bad. It's like there's only each one has 3 versions, easy, medium, and hard. And there's 2 at the hardest level. They're a little annoying. Mm-hmm. And that's insurance fraud, which the idea is that you have to go out and ragdoll around and get cars to hit you. And sometimes the physics on that can go a little wonky because it is from 2011. It's not bad. It's just the hardest one is pretty hard. And then there's one where you have to forget which one it is. Oh, Guardian Angel, where you're in a helicopter and you have to cover a car from damage. And the hardest one of that is really fucking hard because even if you know where the things are coming from, because the game still has its weird physics, sometimes the car you're trying to make sure it doesn't get hit will just accidentally hit another car in traffic and then fishtail and drive into the middle of a fucking house. It's like, shit, now I gotta start over. Yeah. So not bad, but not hard. There's a bunch of different collectibles. You can find money and sex dolls and weird things. That's great. There's one for completing all the different challenges. There's something called Saints Book where it's like, hey, you'll do a challenge if you streak for 10 minutes. You'll do a challenge. They're all like big things like that you do in small increments, but will eventually rank up. And they're all pretty... It's like, hey, man, do a little bit of everything and you'll unlock everything. Like there's one for driving in the wrong lane in traffic. Right. And they want you to do so many miles and, it'll eventually add up. And they're fun little challenges that you can do as you go. And then there's just like the weird side trophies, like do a nut shot and a testicle assault. So if you shoot a guy in the balls, he'll instantly die. Also, there's an insta-kill melee attack where you just kick a guy in the balls as hard as you can. Here's a great game in 2011 when everyone was still saying, F's and G's and whatever.
Oh, geez, yeah.
There's a trophy called Gender Equality. Play for 2 hours as a male or a female. At any time, you can go to a plastic surgery place and change your character from male to female.
That's not bad.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also, you can change your voice at any time. Any character can have any voice. So you might be playing a male character. You have a female voice. They don't give a shit.
Which is nice. Kudos to them for being ahead of the curve on that.
Then you've got things like, that's basically it. Then you've got like steal all the cars, kill all the assassination targets. There's one for killing 25 members of a gang with both the fart in the jar and the big giant dildo bat. Great. And that's it. So the trophies are easy. Nothing's too hard. It's basically just play the game.
Yeah,
there's
it doesn't really sound too challenging.
Like a taunt 50 game. You can have a taunt where you can do like the John Cena "You Can't See Me," or you can do like a jerk off motion, or you can do they have the Spaceballs President Scrooge salute. Great. So not too hard. Basically, just do everything, and nothing's too hard. These are great trophies. Anyone can platinum this game.
Yeah, this seems pretty easy to platinum, honestly. Yeah. Like, I was scrolling through it the whole time. I don't have any fun achievements. It's pretty much just been like, fucking also, play the game. But
one of the achievement trophies is a big giant pair of boobs, and the nipples are dollar signs.
Yep, you got to complete the hobo for that one. That one they could like go back and
that's where you got to go. And that mission, the idea there is that one of the gangs is dealing in sex trafficking, so you have to go and rescue them from the boat.
Yeah, they don't have to call it that.
So that they can work for you. But of their own volition, they want to work for you.
There you go.
You provide a safe space.
Hey, support sex work. Fucking do it. It's good shit. It's a hard-working job. If you're not supporting that stuff, get out of here.
Guys, we're being too woke now. We're gonna get canceled.
Oh no! What if we got we get canceled by just being too woke?
Too woke, guys. You're too
guys.
woke.
If you listen to this podcast, it should be called "I Have More Woke Than You."
Oh fuck! All right, I hate this joke. This is your episode.
Yeah, I keep doing this to myself. Like,
you pick games that you don't like.
I can't do this anymore. Like
0 out of 10. 0 out of 10.
I give this game 7 out of 10. I think it's great. I think it's good.
Canceled.
Like
I'm canceling you on behalf of video games. This game gets a 9.5 out of 10. No, fuck it. Welcome to the very first.
No, can't. No way.
I did it.
Really? 10. You think that this game is a 10 out of 10 flawless game?
Here are my top 10 favorite games of all time. Persona 4 and Persona 5. This is in no order. Persona 4, Persona 5, Control, Donkey Kong Country, KOTOR, this game.
Wow. That's big.
Oh, wait.
But it totally makes sense. Why am I questioning this? This is just Fast and Furious, the game. Like, of course it's going to be one of your favorite games.
Can I think of 4 more? Probably World of Warcraft has to be on that, just because of how much I fucking played it. Mm-hmm. I know it sucks now, but rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
What are my 3 other favorite games of all time? Probably Darksiders. I fucking love Darksiders.
Darksiders is pretty good.
Super Mario World and Classic. Wind Waker.
It's fair.
Maybe take Darksiders off that for something else, but that's definitely my top 10. What's your favorite game of all time? Just like
here's my top 10 since you gave yours.
Do top 10. Do top 10 real quick.
We'll go 10 to 1. I've got it in order already. Jet Grind Radio 10.
Okay.
Pokemon Crystal 9. Pokemon Platinum 8.
Wow.
To the Moon 7. At 6 I've got Final Fantasy 14. Specifically Shadowbringers, but I'll take the whole thing there. Jet Set Radio Future is my 5th. Phantasy Star Online is 4. Animal Crossing for GameCube is my 3rd. Sonic Adventure 2 is in the 2 spot, and the greatest game that has ever been made. Hands down, this is definitive. Everyone knows this. We've all come to agreement.
Bullshit.
Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9.
Listen, I'm a Final Fantasy 9 apologist. It's not even the best Final Fantasy.
Oh, it is though. It is. We'll talk about it one day because maybe I platinum it. Maybe I do it. Maybe I do that jump rope.
You know what? We're not going to talk about it until you platinum it.
I will platinum.
I'm putting my foot down right now. I'm ranking this game a 10 out of 10 for fun, and for trophies, I call it an 8 out of 10, just because one of the trophies is a little annoying, is that you have to spend 30 hours in the game, and it is possible if you've played this game before, like I have, that it doesn't
you're gonna
take
do
you
that quick. Yeah.
Well, 30 hours in this game is actually not bad if you've never played it before.
Oh yeah,
but if
totally.
you've played it before, like I have, and you know what to do, it does kind of suck, because I think that was. I mean, it wasn't the last trophy I got, but I think I just left my PS4 on and just got it. Like I eventually got it, but that's not terrible. But it can be like if you've already done everything and you're just kind of waiting around. But whatever.
I think I'd give it a 7, simply because I think that this game is a product of time at this point. Like I think writing wise, I think it's a well written game. I think it's got great characters, a fun story even at that. Like I think all that's great. Even if I just think when it comes to gameplay, I think that this game does feel like a game from 2011, and
difficulty of platinum.
That's all kind of in that. I think it's kind of hard to look away from gameplay still. Like it's. I think
the gameplay in this game from 2011 is better than the gameplay in Saints Row. Or than GTA 5, which, by the way, is only from 2013, so not that big of a difference.
It's not a big difference, but I do.
They're not on the same fucking platform.
That's true. But I still. I like GTA
Saints Row
5
Online would be way better.
Saints Row Online would actually be fun because we're
going to institute a new rule on this
chaos
podcast, which is the person that is platinum of the game is probably the one that's right. So.
Ryan,
how many Saints Row? Really quickly, how many Saints Row platinums do you have? Just out of curiosity.
I have 0.
I have 2.
Saints Row
I've platinumed this game twice.
I have played this game though. I played
2 hours.
18.
You played this game for 2 hours.
No, in the last week I've played about 2 hours. But I've played.
Is this the first game where you and I haven't agreed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, which is interesting. Like again, because like
it's bound to happen.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And I honestly, I don't mind it. Like, because it's like that's the thing that makes again, like we can disagree as much as we want and agree, when we want. That's what makes it fun about talking about this. Like, that's the one thing I hope that gets across in this show to people is that it is okay to have different opinions. It's totally like Ryan. I respect immensely that he loves this game, and that's great. Me, I just have gameplay problems, and that's it.
And Chris, I've lost all respect for after paying $30 a month to play GTA.
But it's
online.
so fun. And that's the thing.
Crazy.
Not only that, I got the remaster for free from Epic, and then I was playing it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play GTA 5 because I have more fun with that. So, I did. Like, I love GTA 5, and I feel like I keep coming back to it just because it's always there for me. And now that I can do roleplay, it's totally new. Well, GTA.
Just play GTA Online.
No. GTA Online is not fun. That experience sucks ass. Like, no, I'm gonna agree with you there.
Just clip everything else that Chris says doesn't matter. Just
no.
That one part where he said GTA Online isn't fun. You're right.
There are 3 aspects to GTA. There's single player, there's multiplayer, and then there's the RP side.
So the thing
2 of those 3 are good.
You just you're an RPer. You just found a new place to RP.
No.
That doesn't mean the game is good.
No,
that means the people that are RPing are things you want to do. That game sucks shit.
No, GTA 5 story is awesome. The gameplay rules, the missions are super fun.
GTA 5
doing the heist, awesome. The heist planning them,
1
awesome.
out of 10.
No.
1 out of 10.
You know what?
I've said it.
I'm gonna put it in this episode. This is Saints Row versus GTA.
That's the name of this episode now.
I give GTA 5, and this is without the RP side. This is strictly the single player.
Yep. Okay.
9.5 out of 10.
Oh, you know what got a better score? My game.
Because you gave it a 10.
You gave it a 7, and this game got a 9.5 and a 1. So that equals 10.5 overall. And my game got a 17.
Hey, you know what? Here's the homework, guys. Everyone's got homework this weekend.
Saints Row the Third wins again.
What was your favorite? Tell us. Let us know on Twitter and our email.
Yeah, my favorite color is purple, and I think that it's partly because of Saints Row the Third. And every game I play that lets you create a character, I always give my guy purple hair because of the boss. This is a game that will.
You really like this game, don't you?
I really fucking love this game.
This rules. I love that. See, because that's the thing is like, I even went back and I was trying to play this game again just because like I haven't played it in 10 years. And like, I'm now like, I just downloaded not only my own, like the one I was playing on Steam. I really hope my file's still in the cloud. But I downloaded the remaster again so that I could record the thing for the show. But I kind of want to just dive into it again because you're infectious about like, you really enjoy it. So I kind of want to like I'll do the DLC and see if I like that.
Here's what you need to do. You need to, I think you need to beat the game to play the DLC. So
okay, because that
here's the thing.
I'm about 2/3 through the game, I think.
You don't have to do all the side shit if you don't want. You can just beat the game.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to get over, and I think you'll have a lot of fun time.
Mm-hmm.
This weird pedantic problem you have with the 0.5 seconds of them saying congratulations.
It pauses you. I don't want that. I get it. I beat it. Just keep going. Like,
you just need
give
to
me the thumbs up.
Enjoy, have fun, and you'll realize that it was just a good time. This game is now the best game we've ever played on this podcast.
That's
it's
true.
The #1 game of the podcast. And look at this. Hey, by the way, I'm getting some viewer mail right now. I got viewer mail from
Roberto
Ryan Schmeed over here. Hey, big fan of the podcast. By the way, make sure that Chris never gets to talk about GTA 5 because it sucks absolute shit. Thank you. We will make sure that we do that.
See, I want, like, eventually there's going to be a point where I make you play Kingdom Hearts, but I now also kind of just like, you know what, fuck Kingdom Hearts. I want to make you play GTA 5 from beginning to end.
I will play Kingdom Hearts before I play GTA 5.
Play Kingdom Hearts 1. That one's really good. Don't play the others.
I own them all. Except Melody of Memory. That didn't come in that thing that you got me to buy for like $20. Anyway, that's been this episode. But we need to talk. Okay, so this was your game. Hilarious enough, this was your game. So I feel like this was a very controversial episode. It was a lot of yelling.
I love it.
I think I
had a lot of fun.
Game that I really love, but a lot of people hate, and I'm wondering what you'll think about it because I don't think you've played it.
No, you're right.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't know.
Hold on.
I could.
You've ruined the no, keep this in. I'd like to note you've just ruined the illusion that you don't know what I'm going to pick, and you're letting people know that you know what I'm going to pick.
You know what would be really funny is if you completely subvert it and say, like, another game.
Oh, that's a good idea. Should I do that right now?
Because then I could be like, oh, fuck, now I got to go figure out the copy of the PS4 game.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Should I do that? Should I subvert expectations and make you play a bad game? No, I still want to talk about the game that I want to talk about.
Yeah, and it's also kind of theme fitting for the month.
Yeah, it is. All right, leave this entire discussion in. I want people to hear this. Here's the game we're talking about next time. Hey,
what game are we going to play next time?
It's time, Chris, for you to take a pleasant journey across America. Hey, don't be so serious. As you deliver packages as Sam Porter Bridges. That's right. We're talking about, and I'm going to say a phrase that people are going to get mad at, the best game that Hideo Kojima has ever made.
Ooh, that's rough.
I love Death Stranding.
Guess what I'm doing for the next 2 weeks?
Playing Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
And you get to play the director's cut. So you get to do all the new stuff. Why not?
Oh wait, is that on PC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, I'll play the director's cut.
I think it's just free. Yeah, play Death Stranding. I fucking love Death Stranding. I want to talk about it.
I'm stoked. I can't wait. I love Kojima games.
I love Kojima games, and I think it's my favorite Kojima game. As much as I've liked some of it, we'll save this for the next episode.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There's somebody out there that's getting mad that I just said those words, but
I don't know.
My favorite. I think it's my favorite Kojima game.
That's wild. I mean, but see, I'm gonna make people mad by saying the best Hideo Kojima game is Metal Gear Solid 4, but
we're gonna save this for next time because you've made me very angry by naming the worst Metal Gear Solid game. But we're gonna talk about that next time in a great episode that will be sponsored by GameFly and
thank you, GameFly. Preemptive, thank you.
We didn't do a real. You know what? We're not doing a real viewer mail because I liked my joke more. That was the viewer mail this episode.
Yeah, we'll hold it for next week.
You send it in, and you remember next time that no matter what, my game won, and you know why it won?
Why did it win?
Because I've got more fucking trophies than you. episode.
Yeah. I keep doing this. I can't. I'm worried about the next game I pick because I'm like, man, I hope I don't like have the glasses fall off of me. Yeah.
The thing is, I really liked that episode because it was us just complaining. It was like, oh fuck, I can't believe how bad this game is.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm gonna pick I'm just gonna have a fun game. I'm gonna be like, you know what? This is the fun game. Let's talk about the fun game. Hey, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you'd like to send us questions, gaming memories, comments, or if you just want to know when the next episode is going to drop, then you can follow us on Twitter at moretrophiespod. That's MoreTrophiesPod. That's More Trophies Pod. Also, you can email us at ihavemoretrophiesthanyou@gmail.com. It's just the name of the show, all one word, at gmail.com. Also, be sure to follow Ryan at Dr._Ryan on Twitter. You can also keep up to date with his Monday night Twitch streams office hours at twitch.tv/Dr._Ryan. That's Dr._RYAN. Dr._Ryan on both Twitch and Twitter. And follow Chris on Twitter at Burezu in Japan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, I'm going to spell it out for you right now. That's BUREZUINJAPAN. That's all one word, Burezu in Japan on Twitter. And when they are streaming, you can check them out at twitch.tv/BlazeTK. That's BLAZE, the letter T, the letter K on Twitch. BlazeTK. Thank you again so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.